Let's go all the way back to the year 2009 when the credit card landscape was unsurprisingly very different, especially when it came to premium cards that had flexible redemption options, many of them travel related. American Express, like today, was a prominent player. The Platinum card, which offered premium travel benefits like airport lounge access, existed in some form since 1984, and there was also the Green card, which offered less premium travel benefits for a lower fee. The Amex Membership Rewards program, which gave people flexibility in redeeming their points for things like cashback, gift cards, travel, etc., had existed for some decades as well, and the ability to transfer your points to airline and hotel partners was introduced in the mid-2000s. Other issuers like Citibank and Capital One also had travel-focused credit cards with flexible redemption options, but no transfer partners just yet. Chase saw a golden opportunity to, in the words of their own press release, satisfy the unmet needs of today's affluent customer, and they did so by introducing a new premium rewards card, the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Along with it also came the Ultimate Rewards program, which per the president of Chase Card Services at the time, reinvented the rewards experience by providing virtually limitless opportunities to earn and redeem points. For a $95 annual fee, which was waived in the first year, the Sapphire Preferred offered 2 ultimate reward points per dollar spent on flights and 1 point on all other purchases. No foreign transaction fees, a variety of protections, a 25% boost to your points when redeeming for travel through Ultimate Rewards, a 7% annual points dividend per calendar year, and the ability to transfer your points to Continental Airlines, British Airways, Marriott, and Intercontinental Hotels Group. This piqued the interest of many credit card users, both current and prospective. You not only had impressive floor value in the form of 1.25 cents per point when booking travel on the travel portal, but also the potential for outsized value through utilizing the transfer partners, though they were few at the time. These features have been attractive enough for them to prevail till current day. But not so fast. Let's not move to current day just yet. Let's instead move just a couple years ahead to 2011. Chase wanted to, per their press release, challenge the gold standard set decades ago for credit card rewards, which I believe was referring to the old Amex Gold card with its 2 membership reward points per dollar spent directly with airlines and at US restaurants. Chase matched and arguably raised Amex with the introduction of 2x ultimate reward points for general travel purchases, including hotels, cars, and taxis, as well as 2x on restaurants. The goal surely was to make the Chase Sapphire Preferred the best and most used credit card for people who love dining and traveling. And to get more of these folks in the door, there was also a sign-up bonus. 50,000 ultimate reward points for spending $3,000 in the first 3 months. Now, there was a bonus on the card since its inception in 2009, but this instance in 2011 was the first reliable source for the sign-up bonus that I could find. Chase consistently emphasized the flexibility by which you could redeem your points, and what was cool was that the method by which you can get the highest upside was getting progressively better. We're talking about Chase's list of transfer partners, which received additions in Korean Airlines and United Airlines in 2011, Southwest in 2012, as well as Hyatt and Amtrak sometime during those years. And apparently at the time, you could even transfer your points to a partner account with a different name than yours. Makes for pooling points so much easier, didn't it? We'll march forward to 2014, where a good amount of things happened, but nothing you could deem headlining. The sign-up bonus changed on multiple instances, dropping to 40,000 points in April 2012, and adding a 5,000 point authorized user component in November 2013. The increasing and decreasing of credit card sign-up bonuses has historically been a tool for issuers in order to balance customer acquisition and the size of their liabilities, so Chase wasn't doing anything wild here. We also had Virgin Atlantic being added as a transfer partner in 2013 and Singapore Airlines added in 2014. The transfer partner list was slowly but surely taking full form. Sticking to 2014, we also had some pretty significant benefit changes on the card. Gone were the 7% annual points dividend, the pay yourself back feature where you could convert your points to cash at a 1 cent per point rate without needing a Chase bank account, and the ability to buy points at a 2.5 cent per point price. Not that this was a super enticing rate, but I was still pretty surprised when I learned that this was a feature at the time. Anyway, it wasn't all negative, as Chase also introduced primary auto rental insurance on the card, which people could rely on instead of any insurance that they had on vehicles that they owned. This was a popular feature that has stood the test of time. Moving along, 2015 included removing this First Friday benefit where you earn 3x points instead of 2x on dining purchases on the first Friday of each month, restricting points transfers to only your own partner accounts or your spouse's, and removing Amtrak as a transfer partner. Lots of negatives, yes, but these were changes more along the edges that I can't imagine derailed the interest in the card too much. Perhaps the increase to the sign-up bonus from 45,000 to 55,000 points per this chart from uscreditcardguide.com somewhat mitigated the unfavorable impact. On to August 2016, where a seismic shift in the credit card landscape took place. Chase, in their own words, reinvented the luxury credit card category with the introduction of the Chase Sapphire Reserve. This card, with its massive 100,000 point bonus and myriad of premium travel benefits, was arguably the first viral credit card, and all this attention also drew some eyes towards the Sapphire Preferred. People who got more interested in getting a travel credit card but didn't want to pay the sizable $450 annual fee on the Sapphire Reserve probably looked at the Sapphire Preferred with its more manageable $95 annual fee as a worthwhile get. Chase's Sapphire lineup had reached its full form, a premium travel card in the Sapphire Reserve and a mid-tier travel credit card in the Preferred. The remaining years in the decade didn't include major changes to the Sapphire Preferred, but still some that were quite impactful. In 2018, on the transfer partner front, gone was Korean Airlines, and newly introduced were JetBlue, Air France, Iberia, and Aer Lingus. Emirates also followed in 2019. There were also some sign-up bonus movements by a more modest magnitude. During this period, Chase was likely just chugging along with its Sapphire Preferred. People were traveling, people were eating out, being enticed towards Chase's other products like banking or investment accounts. All was pretty good. But then the COVID-19 global pandemic shook the world in late 2019. Some of those aforementioned activities like traveling and eating out grinded to a halt. Frankly, the more pricey and premium credit card options like the Sapphire Reserve stood to get hit the hardest, but cards like the Sapphire Preferred certainly weren't immune. Why would people even pay a $95 annual fee if they couldn't take advantage of Chase's travel partners or the 25% boost to their points on the travel portal, given that there were so many no annual fee cards with similar or even better multipliers? I imagine the Chase Sapphire Preferred weathered this storm somewhat through the immense flexibility of the Ultimate Rewards program, which Chase further enhanced by reintroducing the Pay Yourself Back feature in May 2020, though it was very different from its original iteration some decades ago. With this, you had the ability to use your points and offset the cost of some everyday purchases, such as grocery stores and gas stations, sometimes at an elevated rate above 1 cent per point. Well played, Chase. You just gave your card members some immediate and useful ways in order to redeem their points, thus likely keeping many of them around. As we move forward to 2021, when people started getting vaccinated and slowly but surely resuming pre-pandemic activities, Chase also started upping the ante on the Sapphire Preferred. There were multiple instances of elevated 80,000 point sign-up bonuses, and even one instance in mid-2021 with a 100,000 point sign-up bonus, which is still the highest all-time offer to date. On hindsight, this was clearly meant to draw attention and increase customer acquisition in preparation for a major refresh of the card in August 2021. Some other prominent mid-tier travel cards at the time, like the City Premier, had the same $95 annual fee but objectively better multipliers across the board. And so Chase rose to the competition with 5x points on purchases through the Ultimate Rewards portal, 3x on dining, select streaming services, and online groceries. New benefits also came in the form of a $50 annual hotel credit through the portal and a 10% annual point bonus. Finally, the card also got a sleek new design as the cherry on top, unless you just prefer the old design. Oh, an Air Canada Aeroplan was also added as a transfer partner. And wow, what a journey through time. Throughout 2022 and 2023, there were mostly just periods of elevated sign-up bonuses on the Sapphire Preferred, where in the current day of 2024, as of recording this video, there is a elevated bonus of 75,000 points for spending $4,000 in 3 months. It's quite crazy to think about how today's Sapphire Preferred is objectively better than what it was way back in 2009, but despite 15 years of inflationary pressure, the annual fee remains at $95. Much of the credit card community today still feels that a refresh of the card is desperately needed, and it isn't because the card hasn't evolved over time. It clearly has, as discussed in this video, but more so because the overall credit card landscape just has so many better offerings compared to before. The future of the Chase Sapphire Preferred is inherently uncertain, though at least now we have a deep understanding of its rich past. Guys, I had a lot of fun researching and putting together this video, so if you found any value or entertainment from it, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. The videos on screen now give a good flavor of what this channel is about, so do consider clicking into them if you're interested. Here's your card nerd signing off. Peace.